In this tutorial, I'm going to be sharing with you how to draft, cut and sew this trendy wide leg pant with an elastic waistband and a drawstring. It is a one size fits all pant and can be worn by size 6, size 8 and even size 12 because of the elastic on the waistband and also the drawstring. So if this looks like what you are interested in, please keep on watching. I'm going to be cutting the front milk of the pan first, and I've gone ahead to fold my fabric into two for that. To know the amount of fabric to fold, all you need to do is to divide your hip measurement by 4, then go ahead to add 6 to 10 inch extra for your ease and sewing allowance. So the ease depends on how free you want your pan to be. So for me, I want it to be very big. That was why I went ahead to add 10 inch extra. So my hip divided by 4 is 9 inch. I went ahead to add 10 inch extra. And what I have here is 19 inch. So if you want yours to be bigger than this, go ahead to insert the measurement. So the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to start inserting my measurement. But before doing that, I'll draw a straight line on the waistline, which is going to be serving as my starting point and the waistline for the pant I'm making. After marking this line, next I'll go ahead to insert my vertical measurement. The pant I'm making is going to be having a waistband and the height of the waistband is going to be 2 inch. So I'll place my tape starting from that 2 inch point. Then I'll go ahead to insert my waist to crotch. So to get your waist to crotch, all you need to do is to divide your hip measurement divided by 4 plus 3 inch extra to get your waist to crotch, because it is going to be a very free pant, so you don't want it to be tight at that area. So here I've gone ahead to mark the crotch. After marking the crotch, I'll go ahead to insert my waist to full length, and I'll be adding 2 inch extra for the hemming allowance. Once I'm done marking this, I'll go ahead to draw straight horizontal lines at the point I just marked, like you see me doing in the video. Sorry, my markings are not really clear, but just watch what I'm doing and you will get it right. After drawing the horizontal lines, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to place my tape rule starting from 2 inch and mark my waist to hip depth, which is 9 inch. I'll go ahead to mark that. After marking it, I'll go ahead to draw a straight horizontal line at the point I just marked. So here I have my waistline, my hip depth line and the crotch line. So on the crotch line, I'll go ahead to mark my hip measurement divided by 4, which is 9 inch. Then I'll add 6 inch extra for my ease and sewing allowance. So if you want yours to be bigger, you can go ahead to mark 8 inch. The next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to mark the same thing on the hip depth line and also on the waistline. After which I'll connect the point together with a vertical line like you see me doing in the video. Next, I'll go ahead to insert the crotch extension. So for the crotch extension, go ahead to divide your hip measurement by 8. So for me, what I got was 2.25. I'll go ahead to mark that at this point like this. This is going to be the crotch extension. Then I'll go out by 1 inch from this angle and mark. After which, I'll place the cuff part of my ruler like this, making sure that the cuff part touches the 1 inch I went out by. Then I'll go ahead to draw the curve with my ruler like this. So if you don't have a ruler, you can go ahead to use your hand to draw the curve, but make sure that it is not too deep. Once I'm done drawing the curve, the next thing I'll do is to move over to the waist to reduce the waist a little, because I don't want my waist and hip to be the same. So to do that, I'll be going in by 3 inch at this point like this and mark. After marking that, I'll connect the waist to my hip depth using the curve part of my ruler like you see me doing in the video. After connecting the side, this is what it is going to look like. Next, I'll head over to this crotch area. Just go ahead to mark it all the way down like you see me doing in the video. So it is a wide leg pant. This is how big I want it to be. So I'll just go ahead to take it all the way down. So if you want yours to be smaller, you can decide to go in by 1 inch on both sides. Then you take the point all the way down to the hem. So basically this is all for the front block of the pant. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to cut it out. Like I said, I'm going to be leaving the side the way it is. So I'll just go ahead to cut it out, then we head over to cutting of the back. So here I have my fabric cut out for the back. When cutting your fabric for the back, make sure that it is wider and longer than that of the front. So for the front, I use 18 inch to fold my fabric, and for the back, I'm using 21 inch because of the crotch extension that we are going to be doing on the back block of the pant. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to place the front block of the pant on the back like this. But before doing that, I'll be coming down by 2 inch for the back right. So at this point, I'll mark 2 inch all the way like this. Then I'll draw a straight horizontal line at this point like so. So this line I just drew is the point where the front block is going to be starting from. The upper part is going to be for the back right. So make sure that you have a little space on the crotch area for the crotch extension that will be done on the back. So just go ahead to place it like you see me doing in the video. After placing the front on the back, the next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to extend the back crotch by 2 inch. I'll just go ahead to mark it like this for the back crotch extension. Then after marking this 2 inch, the next I'm going to be doing now is to go up by 2 inch on the center back for the back right. I'll go ahead to mark that. After marking that, the next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to extend the crotch all the way to the top like so. Then I'll connect these 2 inch points to the side waist of the front with my ruler in a slant way like you see me doing in the video. So if you don't understand what I'm doing at this point, please drop a question in the comment section. Once I'm done doing this, I'm going to go ahead to draw the back crotch with my hand like this. So from the front crotch, I'll go out by 1 inch and mark. After marking that, I'll draw the back crotch, making sure that it touches the 1 inch I just marked like you see me doing in the video. Then I'll go ahead to take it all the way down like you see me doing in the video. So for the side, I'm going to be leaving the side the way it is. The front and the back side is going to be the same. Basically, this is all for the back of the pant. The side and the length is going to be same as that of the front. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to cut it out. After cutting the pants, this is what it is going to look like. Sorry, my camera did not capture the pants, but this is what you should have after cutting. The next I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is cut out the pocket for the pants, and I'm going to be showing you another way to neatly attach a pocket to your pants. So first, to go ahead to fold your fabric into two like this. I'm going to be cutting out 4 pieces for the pocket. Go ahead to fold your fabric into two. The width of the pocket I'm going to be marking is 10 inch, while the length is going to be 12 inch. So I used 12 inch, but after making the pocket, I discovered that it was not too deep. So I advise to use 14 or 16 inch as the length of the pocket. So go ahead to mark a width of 10 inch and a length of 16 inch to have a deeper pocket. After doing this, I'm just going to go ahead to mark, then I'll cut it out. After which I will use this one to cut another 2 pieces for the other side of the pocket. After cutting the pocket, this is what it is going to look like. The next I'm going to go ahead to do now is to bring in the front block of the pants, and I'll place it on my pocket like you see me doing in the video. So I'm going to be coming down by 1 inch from the waistline because the pocket is not going to be starting from the waistline. So you go ahead to come down by 1 inch from the waistline. Then you go ahead to trim the side of the pocket like you see me doing in the video. After trimming the side, the next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to take off the pants, then I will shape the pocket. If you want your pocket to be straight like this, you can go ahead to leave it the way it is. But if you want it to have this curve inside, just go ahead to shape it like you see me doing in the video. So this is what the pocket is going to look like. So next, I'm going to go ahead to attach the pocket to the pant. But before attaching the pocket to the pant, I'll be marking where the pocket is going to be. So from this 1 inch we came down by on the waist, I'll mark the pocket opening, which is going to be 7 inch. I'll go ahead to mark that. After marking that, I'll create a notch at the point I just marked so that I'll know where to fix the pocket when I'm fixing it. The next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to open up my pant. So this is the front block of the pant, and I'll be illustrating with this front block. I'm just going to go ahead to place my pant like this. After placing my pant like this, I'll place my pocket, making sure the good face of the pocket is facing the good face of the pant like you see me doing in the video. Then you go ahead to place it in such a way that it aligns with the marking you have on the pant. The next thing to do is at this point where we have the pocket opening, I'm going to be going in by 0.75 inch, and I'll go ahead to mark that, and I'll do the same thing at this upper part also. I'll be going up by 0.75 inch and mark. So I'm going to be stitching from those points, and I'll stitch all the way to the other point, that is the where the pocket opening is. You stitch from those points all the way to this other side like this. So I'll go over to my sewing machine to quickly do this. So after stitching, this is what it is going to look like after stitching. The next thing I'm going to be doing now is to create a notch. So I'm going to be notching this part, and I'll notch the other side also. So when notching, you're going to be notching at this angle. I hope this is clear. Just notch at this point like this. So when notching, be careful not to cut through your seams. So after notching, the next I'll do is to flip it over and give it a good press. But before doing that, I'll go over to my sewing machine to run a top stitch on the pocket area. So you push your allowance towards the pocket area, then you run a top stitch. I'll go over to my sewing machine to quickly do this, then I'll come back to show you what to do next. So after top stitching and ironing, this is what the pocket is going to look like. This is what you should have on the good face of the pocket after top stitching and ironing. This is what you should have. So the next thing to do now is to fix the other piece of the pocket. So you go ahead to take the other part and place it like this, making sure the good face of the pocket is facing the wrong face of your pan. Then you go ahead to arrange it in such a way that the sides are aligning and the pocket opening is a little bit inside, as you can see being displayed on the screen. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to turn my fabric over like this. Then I'll go back to my sewing machine to close up the pocket. So I'll stitch from this part all the way around. I'm doing this on the pocket, not on my main fabric. I'll go back to my sewing machine to quickly do this, and I'll also be doing the same thing on the other side. After sewing, this is what the pocket is going to look like once you're done sewing. So when making your pocket, make sure that the length is a little bit longer so that it will be very deep. This one is not as deep as I wanted it to be. And I also went ahead to repeat the same thing on the other front block. This is what the other side looks like after making the pocket. This is what it also looked like. The next I'll be doing now is to join the front together. So you go ahead to place the two pieces of the front together, then stitch the crotch area using 0.5 inch. I'll go over to my sewing machine to stitch the front area using 0.5 inch, and I'm going to be doing the same thing for the back block of the pant also. So here I have the back block. You go ahead to place the back block of the pant, making sure the good face are facing each other. Then you go ahead to stitch the crotch area using 0.5 inch also. So after sewing the crotch area, this is what I have. I went ahead to open up the seam and I gave it a good press. This is what you should have after you are done stitching the crotch area. The next I'll be doing now is to join the front and the back block together. So you go ahead to place the back on the front, making sure the good face are facing each other. Then you place the crotch area together, making sure that they align. After doing that, you go ahead to stitch from the center all the way down to the hem of the pant. After stitching this side, you go ahead to repeat the same thing on the other side of the pant also. So once you're done stitching the crotch area, you're going to go ahead to also close up the sides. You place the sides together, making sure that they align. Then you go ahead to close up the sides using 0.5 inch. So I'll head over to my sewing machine to quickly do all this. Then I'll come back to show you what to do next. So after doing the front and the back together, this is what the band looks like. I went ahead to give it a good press, and this is what it looks like. And here we have the pocket. The next I'll be doing now is to attach the waistband to the pants. So before cutting out your fabric for the waistband, go ahead to measure what you have on the waist circumference. I've gone ahead to do that, and what I have there was 48 inch, and I used that 48 inch to cut out this piece of fabric that I'll be using for the waistband. So the length of the fabric is 49 inch, while the width is 5 inch. Remember, we marked out 2 inch for the waistband, so I'm cutting out 5 inch. So when you fold into 2 and mark your seam allowance, you'll be left with 2 inch. The next I'll be doing now is to close up the waistband. So you go ahead to fold it into 2 like this. Then from this point, you're going to be sewing in using 0.75 inch. Then you leave a space of 0.75 inch and close up the remaining part. So I'll go back to my sewing machine to stitch from this point to this point, and I'll leave an opening of 0.75 inch and close up the remaining parts. So after sewing, this is what it looked like. I went ahead to top stitch the allowance, and this is what the opening looked like. So after sewing, open up the allowance and top stitch. Here we have the opening. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to quickly do now is to fold the waistband into 2 equal parts like this, and I'm going to be attaching it to the pant. So you go ahead to fold it into 2 like this, then you attach it to the pant. When placing it on the pant, the parts where the opening should be on the front. The part with the opening should face the front part like this. I'll go ahead to pin it down, then I'll go over to my sewing machine to stitch the waistband to the pant using 0.5 inch. And when stitching the waistband, I'll be leaving a little space at the back where I'll be using to fix the elastic into the waistband. So after sewing the waistband, this is what it is going to look like. and this is the little space I left at the back with which I'll be fixing the elastic. So this is the elastic I'm going to be using for the waistband, and the width of the elastic is 1.75 inch. That is the width of the elastic, and the length of the elastic I'm going to be cutting out for the waist is going to be 30 inch. With this 30 inch, other sizes can also wear the pant. So I'm just going to go ahead to measure the 30 inch like this, and I'll cut it out, after which I'll fix the elastic into the waistband using my safety pin. So after fixing the elastic, the next thing I'll be doing is to head over to my sewing machine to close up the elastic like this, and I'll also close up the opening I have on the pants. So here I went ahead to fix the elastic on the waistband, and I also closed the opening at the back, and this is what we have after doing that. The next thing I'll go ahead to do is to secure the elastic so it doesn't move when the pant is being worn. And to do that, I'll go ahead to run 2 stitches on the center of the waistband. So from this point where the opening stop, I'll go ahead to run a stitch from that point all the way, and also at the top of the opening I'll run a stitch all around the waistband. This is to secure the waistband so it doesn't move when the pant is being worn. So when doing this, be careful not to stitch on the opening part so that you don't have difficulty fixing the rope into the opening. After running the stitch on the waistband, this is what it's going to look like. So when running the stitch, make sure you pull the pant so that you don't lose the elasticity of the elastic. Make sure you pull while sewing, and also make sure that you don't sew along the opening you have on the waist. The next thing I'm going to go ahead to do now is to insert the rope into the waist. Here I've gone ahead to make the rope. All you need to do is to make your normal rope, just cut 1 inch, fold it to get this. The next thing I'll go ahead to do now is to insert the rope into the opening I have at this point, like you see me doing in the video. After fixing the rope into the band, this is what it looks like once I was done doing that. So with this rope, the waist can be adjusted to fit into any waist size. The last thing I'll be doing on the pants is to hem the pants, and we are good to go. So basically this is it for this tutorial. Sorry I couldn't get the final picture of the pant, but trust me, it came out really nice. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you in my other tutorials.